this week fucking started off on the worst possible note for me, man.
Yeah, we do need to talk about this. Even though this news broke out in the beginning of the week, everyone, including ourselves, were still shook on this big news.
We are shooketh.
Daft Punk has announced that they are splitting after 28 years of contributing their art into the music industry. 20
Even if you're
years,
not really
nearly
a fan.
3 decades.
Even if you're not a fan of Daft Punk, it's very hard to forget just how influential they have been on the field of music itself. For those of you who haven't heard of Daft Punk, remember the latest Tron movie? They did that. They're pretty much the lords of techno, and they have become quite iconic for their fantastic performances and their very spectacular mirror mask helmets, which in an interview they said they put on specifically so they wouldn't be recognized and idolized. They wanted their music to perform first. But it seems that after almost a decade of not producing any new projects, they simply decided that it was time for the ride to be over, and they peacefully cut their business out at the beginning of this week, which means that we have no more use for France. Let's bomb the out of that place.
I wouldn't want to do that anyways. People will kind of look down on France getting destroyed for no reason. But
Fun fact, speaking of destruction, moments after the band split a few days ago, the government of France approved the demolition of one of their oldest churches.
I heard about that news.
That is a horrible coincidence.
I saw that news. I saw the video. That's a discussion for another time. But on the subject of Daft Punk, yeah, when you think techno music, when you think trance music, Daft Punk will always, forever be synonymous to that genre.
And you got to remember, these guys are regular ass dudes. They are regular men. Their real names being Thomas Bangalier and Guy Manuel de Homen Cristo. I don't know which one of the two robots there is which. There's a silver one and a gold one. But the beauty of the music that they brought out is almost ineffable. It's almost undescribable, because they're not just out to make dancing club music, ass grinding music. They brought music with a purpose. They created a style of music that's emulated, that has been sampled, that has been refused to be sampled by Daft Punk because fuck you, will.i.am. Oh, no, for real. Look this up sometime on the channel Fact Fiends. There's a story from last year of how will.i.am, basically, he tried to take one of Daft Punk's songs. He tried to remix it himself and go, oh, this is an official remix. And the only time they put down like a hard no, fucking cease and desist order on his ass.
Oof. Stop, sir.
They literally went on to say, we like our music better without will.i.am in it.
Sorry, will.i.am. No more monkey business for you.
Ha. No, but like, you gotta also understand that these, like, they'll do this with will.i.am, but at the same time, they took one of their more well-known songs, Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger, and they let Kanye West sample that and remix that, and they remixed it with him, and they rebuilt it with his song Stronger. You know, so
well, that's how the creator can do it.
Like,
they literally made the song harder, better, faster, and stronger.
Yeah. Yes. Now, granted, to show my weeb colors and let my weeb flag fly, I kind of prefer the version of Stronger as performed by Shady Vox, who has done who's done Jade and Yuki from GX Abridged in all of Little Primo's work. But like, no, for real,
if it works,
you got to remember that Shady Vox, he's got some serious skills. So I'm like, I like the fact that Daft Punk slapped down this guy, but they'll go ahead and let Kanye West do their song, and it ends up transmuting and sounding better with Shady Vox.
Hey man, if it works. By the way, fun little fact that. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead before I.
The Daft Punk musicians are actually known for a cameo that they made in an anime movie called Interstellar 5555, the story of the secret star system. By the way, every S in that sentence is replaced with the number 5. Apparently, the main.
Beautiful. I was actually going to bring that up. That beautiful, gorgeous anime was put out by Toei Animation. It was what, 2003, 2002?
I would guess 2003.
Hang on. Why guess when we can learn? Why guess when we can find out? Interstellar.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Yeah.
The main point of the story coincides with the track of their Discovery album specifically.
Yeah, exactly. 2003. I knew I had it right the first time. They made that
Mhm.
as one long, beautiful AMV of their entire album of Discovery. It was made for that, so of course they're gonna be cameoed in there as Daft Punk in the like Grammy Awards or whatever. And
Oh,
like
it gets
the
better.
gold one was a salty mofo. He like when the aliens in the story are receiving like the golden award or whatever. Like the silver one, he's got like happy written over his freaking screen, and the gold one's like WTF, mate? Like question mark, like really, you're gonna applaud these guys? We lost. What is wrong with you? Have some pride, man.
Because they're so cool, Joe.
Those are just examples of how important Daft Punk has left their mark on all of us, not just in the music industry, but bleeding outside of it into different parts of our culture. But as far as individuals, as far as we're concerned, like, you know what? I want us to go around, you, me, and Angel, to take turns. And
Angel first.
Yeah, Angel, you first. When was the first time you heard a song from Daft Punk? When were you first introduced to their part?
Let's see. Let me see if I remember correctly. Check the date. Yeah, okay, no. The first time was actually when I watched Interstellar 5555 when I came to this country. At the time, mind you, I had no idea what the band was. All I knew is that I liked their music. So there was a point during my high school years that I listened to nothing but techno, and I probably browsed through their albums a few times without realizing it. So that was my first introduction to the cool guys, who, by the way, I saw in a different like music video, and I had no idea who they were. And I'm like, oh, I guess those must be like the mascots. I genuinely did not know at the time that those were the actual members of the band, which led me to look into them and find that cool interview when they said that they put the masks on to avoid excessive publicity. Ironically, as those masks are more recognizable than the people themselves. And that was pretty much it. Found them in high school. Didn't know it was them until after I left high school.
Well, that's good. That's good, man. And how does it impact? Like, how does the music of Daft Punk have an impact on you yourself? Like,
let's just say that it has influenced my tastes towards the kind of music that I like a lot more than I expected. Because as far as I know, my top tiers are always being heavy metal, followed by techno, followed by whatever the fuck Gorillaz is. And I'm pretty sure that they
like
are responsible for
they're like a
techno
fusion of hip
being
hop
that high
and
up there.
rock.
I hope so. But yeah, no, they're pretty much the reason why techno is on my second most preferred favorite tier of music.
well,
I
that's
didn't
good.
realize it until then, mind you. It took me a while because I'm the kind of dumbass that didn't actually remember band names or artists. I'm like, I like this song. There.
Well, that's good. That's good. All right, Juan, your
No,
turn.
you.
No, you.
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 I go last.
He goes next.
One more time.
I'll take last, for real.
Seriously?
Yes.
All right, fine. The first
Come on, little
time
bro, tell them.
first time I listened to a song from Daft Punk would have to be, I believe it was the year 2000 or 2001 when I heard their song and I saw the music video of One More Time.
It would have to be 2003.
Oh, 2003.
Because the music video of One More Time is the clip of One More Time from the Interstellar anime. So 2003.
Oh,
That's
2003.
right.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, that was the first time I listened to Daft Punk. That was around that time. I saw the music video and it was freaking awesome. And since then, I've listened to a couple of their songs here and there. I think the one that stuck out to me the most, like really, really ingrained into my system, was the entire soundtrack of Tron Legacy in 2010.
Good
Yes.
shit.
Derezzed will forever be my favorite song out of the entire collection from that movie. And it's just like, you can't listen to techno music and not heard, like, if you're a fan of techno, how could you not be a fan of Daft Punk, or how can you go your entire life without knowing Daft Punk?
And of course, the boys themselves make an appearance in the movie as the DJs, where that Dairy Sing song plays during the fight scene, because of course they would.
Yeah, absolutely. It's freaking awesome, and it's personally my favorite. That's one of the reasons why I like Tron Legacy, and yeah, I don't have any other words. These guys are friggin' cool. But you know what? We're gonna go ahead and give the turn over to Juancho. When were you first introduced to Daft Punk?
Same time as you, Joe. 2003 with the One More Time music video. After that, it was like obviously over the years, I got to look over and see some of their other stuff. Seeing Human After All, Discovery was our number one, and the fact that they worked on the Tron Legacy album was awesome and it was beautiful. And you got to remember something. They didn't just do the hard, crazy techno shit. If you stuck around for the end credits, you had this beautiful orchestral, like from the end of the movie all the way through to the credits, and it was this beautiful sweeping, like orchestral things. Like, oh shit, this sounds like Disney as fuck. But you got to remember, Daft Punk wrote that too. They wrote that like, okay, you know what? We gave our ties, we gave our mark on the world of Disney. Now we'll go ahead and pay back the favor. We'll give the honor of Disney, and we'll give them like the sweeping orchestral that kids loved growing up with, like the golden age of Disney films, and get that sense of like wonder and excitement because you're transported into a virtual world that's like they described it when they made the movie
stuff.
of like the movie of Tron Legacy isn't about like the interwebs and memes and shit. It's like it's more akin to like discovering the digital Galapagos Islands that evolved on its own without any interference.
That's a good one.
So
That's a really good one.
So that's just like it's like that sort of identity and that sort of ideology was something that it was like extremely like poignant for that. And then when they came out with Random Access Memories, they wound up winning all the awards. Pharrell showed up with his giant hat. They showed up in their white tuxedos. They won all the awards, made all the money, and it was like, this is beautiful. Like these guys are getting recognized, and they're coming in with the hard, beautiful music that they've come in with, and they've shown that music can be a fucking journey. And it's like so. It was so shocking to me when the news of Daft Punk breaking up came out, because what they did is they put up a 7-8 minute long video, like a short film called Epilogue, on their YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And it was so sad because like it was nonverbal. It was basically a music video. Used one of their songs in the end. The silver one couldn't walk with the gold one any further. They were walking across like what looked like the freaking salt flats or whatever. And the silver one asked the gold one to turn on his self-destruct mechanism. They walked away, and you have this beautiful little moment where you see the silhouette behind him. You see him brace himself, and then a silent he fucking kabooms, and it's like it's caught from so many different angles. But I'm like, this is so fucking sad, man. I sound like a dork saying this shit, but I welled up in tears.
Man, it was good shit, okay?
It was really good.
They are good shit. So I want to go ahead, Joseph, Angel, I don't know if you have anything on hand. Joseph, go ahead and grab yourself.
Here, give me a second.
We're going to go ahead and drink up and toast
to
Daft Punk.
By all means. But yeah.
Don't worry, folks. It's water.
The epilogue video that they did couldn't have been done better. Like, it was awesome. It was a great way to send them off.
Yeah. Sometimes the best way you can do is go out with a measure of dignity. I mean, I would rather that they ended like this and left behind a solid legacy, that drag it off further and further and have their art degrade as their creativity stagnates.
Or even worse, have themselves be destroyed by something that would plague other artists, like freaking drug use or money problems.
Yeah,
or these guys
definitely.
It's far better that they left on their notes, on a high note like this. One thing that people had always speculated that Daft Punk was going to do would be, hey, like the artists, Tomas and Guy Manuel could just retire themselves and find two new dudes instead to wear the masks and be the new Daft Punk. And just have like the legacy of Daft Punk be
let the legend come back to life.
Exactly.
50 years ago, somebody goes, Daft has come too.
But hey, you know what? I'd like to offer a toast. A toast to Daft Punk for nearly 3 decades of incredible music and art. 3 decades of being part of every piece of history and every piece of our culture. And they are a band that we are certainly never, ever gonna forget.
Gentlemen, folks on the internet, one more time for Daft Punk.
One more time
for Daft Punk.
Oh, ooh. Okay, I gotta
Last
slow down
night,
with this thing. It might be
I
good to
had
slow.
a dream about you. In this dream, I'm dancing right beside you. And it looked like everyone was having fun. The kind of feeling
let 'em
I've
sing this.
waited
Let 'em
so
sing it. It's all right.
long. Don't stop. Come a little closer. As we jam, the rhythm gets stronger. There's nothing wrong with just a little fun. We were dancing all night long. The time is right to put my arms around you. The feeling right, you wrap our arms around too. But suddenly, I feel the shining sun. Before I knew it, the dream was all gone. Oh, I don't know what to do about this dream and you. I wish this dream comes true. Thank you, Daft
We'll
Punk.
miss you, folks.
Yeah, man. I
Ah,
mean,
boy.
it's
Damn it.
It has been a ride. Hey, listen, their music, their pieces, they will always be available to look up. All right, they're always going to be on the internet for everyone to look for. And as for the younger generation, if they want to listen to techno, it's up to us, the previous generation, to introduce them to Daft Punk.
Like,
Don't cry because it's gone. Smile because it
it
happened.
happened.
Indeed.